I want to show you how I went about setting up my background here. I'm going to do a review of the ART3D wall panels, okay? And so just right off the bat, we can see it's a flimsy plastic piece, which to me, I didn't know that when I bought it. Okay, I kind of thought it'd be more solid, but you can tell like the light shines off of it pretty nicely. Like my key light right there is shining in on this, and I kind of like the light reflection off of it, right? It's a good color. So that's the first thing there, is that the way, and you can see in the background, the way the light reflects off of it is a strong way. And actually, let me go ahead and turn off these lights. Okay, so now you can see kind of the way that the natural room light right behind me reflects off of it in a nice manner. And like there is nothing special going on. Now, if I go ahead and turn on a top light, so I'm gonna do that real quick, turn on just a light that I have overhead, you can see how the light kind of comes down and it breaks up on the wall. So we can kind of just see just naturally that it is a nice looking setup. So now let's go ahead and talk about kind of how I went about installing this panel. So we can see on the back here, there's these kind of little ridges. Okay, very simple. All I did was take something like these, a little command strip, okay, and then you just peel and stick it on the corner that like bulges out, and you can do that in the middle and then on the bottom, and then you just press it against the wall. And so the reason I chose to do that was because if I wanted to remove it, it would be much easier to remove in theory. We'll see if that holds up when I take it down. There are ways in which you can go about kind of doing it in a more permanent fashion, but this is a setup in which I didn't know if I wanted to continue to do it, so I went about doing it this route. It's a very kind of cheap way to really enhance your video. So the installation of it, like setting it up, is actually very easy. You just put one in the corner wall wherever you want to, and then you can just install the panels right next to each other. They slide in very easily. The only issue you might come into, and I'll show you guys in the corner here, is that corner right there. I need to, and I decided not to, I just decided to take that part of my video out. I would have to then cut some of this, which is not that hard to do, okay? I chose not to do that. I chose to take the easier route. All right, so here's the one that I bought on Amazon just for comparison purposes, $67. Okay, we can pull it up here and it looks how it comes. And so here are some setups that you can do. This doesn't exactly look like what I have, right? I think mine actually looks a little bit better. This is a pretty cool setup, but they have so many different ones available. So if we go ahead and like scroll, we can see all the different designs that they have. And personally, I wanted to go for a black background. I do think the white looks very slick. Okay, we can see just a bunch of different options that really kind of stand out and make your video background unique. Now, I've seen these two out there a lot these days, and I think it's a price point thing. The prices went down on these in some areas, and I have been seeing a lot of content creators lately go with this video background, and it is very sharp, and it's just a unique way to go about kind of making a good video background. And obviously they have a bunch of different ones. I'm more or less looking at this ART3D panels is really what I was focused on. And we can just see all the different options. And they all really look good. It really depends on the look that you're going for, but I'm pretty happy. It's very easy to install. Ended up, looking much better than I expected. And just as an FYI, these come in a pack of 12. Okay, so what I ended up doing is I believe I had 3 separate packs of this. So do the math on that. It did come out to about $210 total. Okay, which could be a little bit pricey for people, but at the same time, I do really think it enhanced my video background. Now, to be honest, could you just do a little green screen thing instead? Like to me, if I could go back, I probably would just go ahead and use something like this. This is a tablecloth, not even just a cloth from Walmart that I bought for $4. Okay, so like literally you could just make a stand for this or even buy one. Walmart has cheap like green screen kits nowadays. So maybe I would just go back in the day and do that, especially with how much technology has really increased. But overall, guys, I'm very happy with this. Like I will take this. I think it looks awesome. And, in content creation, half the battle is just doing it, right? And so the more things you can eliminate from your daily tasks in terms of like either going live or creating a video, like setting up a green screen for that day, is going to help you create content and it's going to make it easier. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I went about, making this purchase. And it also looks better. I had so much difficulty with a plain white wall and trying to get the unique lighting settings on there that I'm like, all right, no, let's just go with the black background, make it look slick. And when zoom in on me, it'll pop a little bit more. So overall, I'm happy with it. It probably a little bit more than I would have expected. And like I said, green screen, you can't really beat for kind of the value price tag, but if you want something for ease, this is probably the way to go.